Alrighty then, because it's Canuary, Canuary. And I am generally a ingredient canner. Today I'm gonna make sort of a meal in a jar, which I've typically done for Canuary. Yes, I have. So I'm gonna do it again. So what I'm gonna make is a mustard based chicken with mushrooms. And because I was at the bottom of my Dijon mustard, this would be 3/4 of a cup, but half of it is the last of this Dijon mustard with some stone ground Dijon. And what I did to get the most out of this was I used 2 cups of Pinot Grigio wine, and I rinsed out this real well so that I got as much out as I could. We pay for this stuff by weight, so get what you can. So what we do when we open this is then I add cream to it because it's gonna have a brilliant, I've used turkey stock pint, I've used 4 pints so far. Turkey stock and chicken broth representing a wide span of years from finding some in the back of my pantry that I home canned. And I've put a little cheesecloth of some homegrown thyme. So I don't love how some things in the canning process get exaggerated with the flavor, so I've just put a little cheesecloth in that. So we're gonna layer some chicken, some mushrooms, and 2 scallions. And shallots, excuse me. They've been harder to find. They're now putting them by potatoes. So anyway, they were large enough that I don't need to substitute with any onion. So what we're gonna do is layer this in quart jars, and I'll show you the sauce. It ain't hard, it's so easy. But when I open it, I add cream, and then I usually put a bag of spinach in it. Serve it over a pasta or a fettuccine, and it is delicious. So, if when I went to open it, say I make it from scratch by Vern roasted me a chicken or something, I'll use my mushroom powder that I sell to a friend who has a restaurant also, mushroom powder. I have the stems of these fresh mushrooms in my dehydrator right now that I'll turn into some more mushroom powder. So I could always use my home canned chicken, a pint, then add some mushroom powder, some thyme, some onion powder, saute some onions, and then add a bag of spinach and cream or half and half and have a delicious meal. So it's gonna be sort of a meal in a jar or the beginning of a meal in a jar. So let's do it for Canuary. Some of the Dijon that I rinsed is in here because I rinsed it in that Dijon container and put it right in here to get everything out of it. So this is about 3/4 of a cup, maybe a tad more with what I put in there. So it don't look too cute, but it's gonna be a brilliant base. I've done made a mess in my kitchen. I have the small Presto, and it will hold 7 quarts. I'm holding back 1 large chicken breast in case I need it, but I don't have to put 7 quarts in this. So this is 2 turkey stock, 2 chicken broth, my little cheesecloth and my homegrown thyme leaves. I probably got a tablespoon of onion powder in here. And no black or white pepper. I like to put white pepper when I make it and add the cream. Well, I actually put it on when I saute the onions, when I make this from scratch instead of a starter, basically, here. So I need to taste this. It's a little warm. Oh, the joys of allergies. Okay, we're gonna have to foo it. Oh, Lord. Oh. Oh, yeah. And I can taste the flavor of that thyme. T-H-Y-M-E. I am a Cajun from Louisiana. Like, generally we serve things on rice. I'm actually use pasta when we open one of these. But we are some thyme-loving people. So there's 2 cups of that Pinot Grigio in here. I'm gonna turn this off. Ooh, I done made a mess again. It's like my signature. Let's fish him out of there. He's gonna take a trip to the trash. Also, this is a wonderful meal. I find that people who've had a surgery or something, you feed pain, and this makes something easy for me to open and use to bring as a meal to someone who's recovering. So I believe in feeding pain because you're taking pain medication. So generally I always leave one of these on my shelf in a quart for that type of thing, but it is so not hard. And Vern hit a great mushroom sale and chicken breast, so I thought, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it now. Alrighty then, let's attempt to load some jars, and we're gonna start with our chicken first. Gonna put a little layer of some scallions. No, they're not that. They're shallots. Why do I keep saying that? I know, because I ain't right. We're gonna chunk in some mushrooms. Some more chicken. Our broth is turned off now. So we had the classic husband interrupt us, okay? So that is what it is. So we have got 5 quarts. I'm just gonna poke around in my chicken, my mushrooms, and my shallots that I actually managed to say correctly that time. And then we are gonna add our broth. And I want 1 1/4 inches of headspace. Since 2019, that is the headspace we're supposed to have for chicken. My lids are hot. And the liquid, the sauce that we've made is fabulous. And of course I checked my rings and my lids before I even started that I've got safe quart jars. So now we're gonna go over by the stove and ladle in our liquid. So because Vern is still on the loose, which means husband interruptus can be at any moment, we're going to fill our jars, debubble, or Pokey Joe as I call it, and we're gonna set him back here until he goes to take his nap. And then we can have our own life here. Oh, that's warm. That is nothing but righteous flavor also. Where's our Pokey Joe? Pokey Joe, where'd you go? I've lost my Pokey Joe. This is an emergency. Call the po-po. There it is. Ah, I sanitized it. There we go. Pokey Joe's on the job. Yes. So all I want to do is debubble our Pokey Joe and get any air out that I can from this jar. There is nothing more important than a safely canned product. And I just threw a mushroom around. I am violent today. Let's check our headspace. That gives us 1 inch. Debubble a little more. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, this smells fabulous. Yes. Let's wipe our rim. You can see I got a little mushrooms on there. We want nothing to interfere with our seal. And I also want my chicken submerged. So I'm gonna do a little dab more. Oh yeah. And we Pokey Joe again. Yes. Oh yeah. Wipe it again. We get our magic wand and put ourselves a lid on here. We need a ring. I do the limp wrist. Works for me. Oh yeah. How about that? Oh yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Put it right back here. Let's get another one. So I have sauce left. I'm going to put that in a Ziploc freezer bag, freeze it, so that when I open these jars, if I want to add chicken that we've cooked, or I need more sauce to make a richer broth, I'll have it. So I've got my 5 pints in my Presto pressure canner, and I'm going to process these for 90 minutes. Canning ain't hard, but nothing beats having food on your shelf, and I mean nothing. After 2020, where we couldn't find stuff, we were so thankful for everything and the effort that goes into canning, dehydrating, etc. Can be quite literally a lifesaver.
Oh, this reminds me of a joke I just read. What did the burrito say to the taco?
I don't know.
Where you been?
Alrighty, canners. So, our petcock, but it's not, is up. It's a vent lock cover. And I'm going to time that for 10 minutes to vent a steady stream. And it's going right up into my vent hood fan. Then I will bring it up to the poundage for my area and process it. Canning, it ain't hard. And there's nothing to fear. As it is coming up to pressure, I do check all around to make sure my gaskets are fine and that my I don't have any water dripping from the side. And then remember, you've got your emergency relief valve that is not going to let anything bad happen. So do not be afraid to pressure can. So there they are, still processing away as you see them bubbling. Canning is fascinating. The science is done for us. And now I have got 5 very good meals basically in a jar. I could also recreate this recipe using my ugly chicken or canned chicken and adding the things I want, including home canned mushrooms if I wanted. I prefer them home canned over dehydrated or freeze dried. So, just remember, it's Canuary. And every day for the month of January, there'll be another submission by another channel. Be there.